Did you know that the average household throws away nearly 30% of the food they buy every year, and much of it spoils because it's stored the wrong way? According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, that adds up to more than $1,500 worth of wasted groceries per family, every single year. And here's the shocking part, a big reason for that waste is your refrigerator. Yes, the very appliance meant to protect your food might actually be ruining it, stripping away nutrients, flavor, and freshness. Studies show that certain fruits and vegetables lose up to 80% of their antioxidants when stored too cold. Others even produce toxic compounds or go stale faster than if they were left at room temperature. So today, we're breaking down 9 common foods you should never refrigerate, and the science behind why the cold can quietly destroy them. Stick around, number 1 will completely change how you use your fridge forever. Number 9, bread. Most people think refrigerating bread keeps it fresh longer, but it actually does the opposite. Cold temperatures make the starch molecules in bread crystallize, pushing out moisture and causing it to go stale up to 6 times faster. That's why your bread turns dry and crumbly after a few days in the fridge. Instead, store bread at room temperature in a paper bag or a bread box, which allows it to breathe while keeping just the right amount of moisture. Avoid plastic bags, as they trap humidity and can cause mold. If you've baked or bought more than you can eat in a few days, slice it and freeze it. When you want some, toast the frozen slices, no need to thaw. This simple habit keeps your bread soft, flavorful, and fresh much longer, saving you both time and money. Number 8, honey. Honey is one of nature's longest-lasting foods. It can stay good for thousands of years. But when you store it in the fridge, you're actually speeding up its decline. Cold temperatures cause honey to crystallize and harden, making it difficult to use. Even worse, the moisture that forms when you open the jar can promote fermentation or spoilage over time. Scientists have found that refrigerating honey can also reduce its natural antibacterial power, one of the reasons it's so beneficial for health. To keep honey perfect, store it tightly sealed at room temperature, away from sunlight and heat sources. If it ever crystallizes, just warm the jar gently in a bowl of warm water, never microwave it. Properly stored, honey will stay smooth, flavorful, and rich in antioxidants for years without refrigeration. Number 7, potatoes. Storing potatoes in the fridge might seem smart, but it's actually one of the worst things you can do. When potatoes get too cold, their natural starches convert into sugars, a process called cold-induced sweetening. Later, when you fry or bake them, those sugars react with amino acids and form acrylamide, a chemical linked to cancer risk. The World Health Organization has even flagged acrylamide as a potential carcinogen. Plus, refrigerated potatoes taste sweeter and have an unpleasant gritty texture. Instead, keep your potatoes in a cool, dark place, around 45 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit, such as a pantry or cellar. Store them in a paper bag or open basket, not in plastic, and always keep them away from onions since both release gases that make each other spoil faster. Done right, your potatoes will stay firm, tasty, and perfectly safe to eat for months. Number 6, coffee. Refrigerating coffee is one of the biggest mistakes coffee lovers make. Coffee beans and grounds naturally absorb moisture and odors from their surroundings, so when you place them in the fridge, they soak up the smells of other foods, onions, cheese, leftovers, ruining their taste. Cold air also creates condensation when you take the coffee in and out, damaging the delicate oils that give coffee its aroma and flavor. According to the Specialty Coffee Association, coffee stored in the fridge loses up to 60% of its aroma within a week. The best way to store it? Keep beans or grounds in an airtight, opaque container at room temperature, away from sunlight. Buy small batches you can use within 2 weeks for the freshest cup. If you need long-term storage, freezing once, in a sealed bag, is better than constant refrigeration. Number 5, garlic. Garlic is packed with powerful compounds like allicin, which supports heart and immune health. but refrigerating it quickly destroys those benefits. Research from the University of California found that cold temperatures can cut garlic's allicin levels by up to 50% within 10 days. The fridge's moisture also encourages mold and even harmful bacterial growth inside the cloves. Instead of refrigerating, store your garlic bulbs in a cool, dry, and well-ventilated place, like a mesh bag or open basket, at about 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Avoid sealing them in plastic or containers without airflow. This keeps your garlic firm, flavorful, and full of nutrients. Properly stored, whole bulbs can last several weeks to months. And when you crush or chop fresh garlic right before eating, you maximize allicin release, giving you both better taste and stronger health benefits. Number 4, bananas. Bananas and refrigerators simply don't get along. Since bananas are tropical fruits, they're not designed to handle cold temperatures. When placed in the fridge, the cold damages their skin cells, causing the peel to turn black and the inside to become mushy and flavorless. Even worse, studies show that refrigeration can destroy up to 80% of the banana's vitamin C within just a few days. Bananas ripen naturally at room temperature, where they develop their sweetness and valuable antioxidants. To store them properly, keep them between 56 and 70 degrees Fahrenheit and hang them up to prevent bruising. Want a slow ripening? Wrap the stems in plastic wrap. Need them to ripen faster? Place them in a paper bag with an apple or avocado. Following these simple tricks helps your bananas stay fresh, firm, and full of nutrients without ever needing the fridge. Number 3, onions. Storing onions in the refrigerator might seem like a smart move, but it actually ruins their texture and flavor. The fridge is too humid, and that moisture seeps into the onions' layers, causing them to turn soft, moldy, and even rot faster. Cold temperatures also turn the onion's natural starches into sugars, making them unpleasantly sweet and preventing them from caramelizing properly during cooking. To keep onions fresh, store them in a cool, dark, and dry spot, around 45 to 55 degrees Fahrenheit, with plenty of ventilation. A mesh bag, basket, or pantyhose, yes, really, works perfectly. Just keep them far from potatoes, because both release gases that cause each other to spoil faster. If you've already cut an onion, that's the only time refrigeration is okay. Just seal it tightly in an airtight container and use it within a few days. Number 2, avocados. If you love avocados, here's something you need to know: the fridge can completely ruin them. Cold temperatures interfere with the enzymes that allow avocados to ripen naturally. This makes the texture rubbery, the flavor bland, and the flesh watery. Even worse, the cold air triggers oxidation, breaking down healthy fats and destroying up to 90% of the fruit's antioxidants within just a few days. To store avocados properly, keep unripe ones at room temperature, around 65 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. If you want to ripen them faster, place them in a paper bag with a banana. The ethylene gas helps speed up the process. Once ripe, you can refrigerate them for only 2 to 3 days if absolutely necessary. And if you've cut one open, leave the pit in, brush the flesh with lemon juice, and cover it tightly to prevent browning. Number 1, tomatoes. Tomatoes are one of the worst foods to refrigerate. When exposed to cold temperatures, their natural ripening enzymes shut down, and the genes responsible for flavor and aroma become inactive. Scientists at the University of Florida discovered that refrigerating tomatoes below 54 degrees Fahrenheit permanently damages their flavor compounds. This not only makes them taste dull and watery but also reduces their nutritional value, cutting lycopene and vitamin C levels by up to 65%. The solution is simple: store your tomatoes at room temperature, away from direct sunlight, and stem side down to prevent air from entering and speeding up spoilage. If they're fully ripe and you can't use them immediately, turn them into sauce. Cooked tomatoes actually release more lycopene, making them even healthier. The next time you want flavorful, nutrient-packed tomatoes, keep them far from your fridge. So there you have it, 9 everyday foods your fridge is silently ruining. from nutrient loss to dangerous compounds, cold storage isn't always the safe bet we think it is. When you store your foods the right way, you protect your health, preserve flavor, and make every bite count, especially as we age and our bodies need all the nutrients they can get. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.